things that are already in place. So we're on Hot News Talk Radio, AM 1240. I'm Jillian Collins, your host, and this is the Art Beat of Chattanooga. And I am a local artist as well that has the phone obviously blinking here. I should silence my phone. So I hope you can join us today. We're just going to talk about a really fun event going on downtown, a little bit about art. I always like to get a little background from my guest. And so, Nicole, can you say hello to everybody and kind of tell them who you are?
Hello, my name is Nicole Griffin, and I'm from Tangerinas. My aunt and I make recycled art out of pretty much what Jill was saying, anything that we can find. Parts, pieces, old wood, barn wood, all that.
Yeah, it's a beautiful shop on the North Shore, right on Riverfront. Is it Riverfront Avenue?
Close, River Street.
River Street, right there, right across from Coolidge Park in the very wonderful, beautiful portion of downtown Chattanooga, where there's just an eclectic neighborhood of artists and people down there, and restaurants that focus on house-made dressings and clean meats, things like that. So it's a really neat area that Nicole and Tangerinas is located in. And I hope you can visit down there, her shop, and see the amazing art that Nicole and her aunt do together. Now, Nicole's a returning guest. We've had her on here one time, and it was a lot of fun. So we're going to talk a little bit more about what you do, Nicole. But first, let's talk about this really fun thing that's coming up on the North Shore, the North Shore Holiday Treasure Hunt.
Yes, this weekend is our open house, and it kicks off the treasure hunt. We started the treasure hunt last year, and it was actually inspired by one of our another business owner's husbands. He grew up in England, and they had this thing where they would go around to all the different businesses and do a treasure hunt. And so what that means is there's 27 businesses that are involved on the North Shore, and you'll find something from another store in their front window. So it could be, just as an example, there's Springs Yoga and Quality Tire. So Quality Tire could have something like a yoga mat or olive oil from Olive Chattanooga. It's going to be things that don't belong in their window. It's really fun. And we have treasure hunts or the actual cards that you fill out in 27 of the businesses. And all the proceeds, you donate $1 after you fill it out, and all the proceeds go to Northside Neighborhood. It's a great cause. They go through, and with all the money that they earn from it, they go buy presents and give it to the kids and have the parents come pick out what they do.
Now, that organization, the Northside Neighborhood, what do you know more about what they do and that sort of thing? Can you share? Because that's, part of the art beat, the heartbeat of Chattanooga is when art reaches into the community to serve. Mm-hmm. I just think it's so exciting, and anything we can share with the listeners about this is great. So if you want to share a little bit more about that.
I know part of the donations also go to food for Christmas dinners, and they have different programs where families in need can go pick up a box of food. I'm not sure if it's once a week or once every other week. So that's one program that they do. And another one is other Christmas things where they'll go out and build the list for the kids and then have the parents come to the Northside Neighborhood House, one of the locations, and go shopping. So it kind of gives them a sense of ownership, knowing what their kids want, and the people from the Northside Neighborhood House, they can do a lot more with that money than just people donating toys. Not saying that you shouldn't donate toys also, but actually giving money, they can buy things in bulk and do a lot more with it.
So this organization is helping needy families in Chattanooga, helping feed children, helping improve the quality of their lives. Mm-hmm. And this North Shore Holiday Treasure Hunt that starts on November 11th and goes through January 2nd. So you don't have to get out there right away. You can kind of, as you go downtown, keep your card with you and record as you find these little treasures in these businesses that are supporting the other business. So mm-hmm. along with this, you have the North Shore coming together and saying, we all rock. We're going to join together and we're going to put ourselves more on the map.
It really does give me goosebumps just to think about all these businesses going in together and doing something for a business and helping all these families. Another thing I didn't even mention is there's a prize at the end of the treasure hunt. There's a massive gift basket.
You can see it if you're watching on YouTube or Facebook in the back here. It's worth $1,000.
More than $1,000
or more. Yes.
There's food gift cards. There's massages, jewelry. I wish I could win. But
shirts, jigsaw puzzles. Boy, I can't even. Looks like a lot of cool gift cards and services in there. So this is an exciting event for Chattanooga. And part of the reason we're here on the show, The Art Beat of Chattanooga, is because Nicole and myself, like, do you love Chattanooga?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's such, what do you love about it? What do you moved here how long ago, or are you from here?
It's been 14 years.
Yeah.
That I've lived here. And the thing I love is you can have something going on every single night. Last night when I was leaving the workshop, Tangerinas, there was live music at Brew Hall. And so it kind of pulls you in. I just love how there's things going on every single night. And the bridges are beautiful. It's a great city.
Truly, there is so much going on in this city, in small little groups, in huge symphonies, or, you know, all the way through the Tivoli and down through the community of little events that it's hard to almost find, but they're very creative and amazing here in this city. And it's like you said, the beauty of it, the creativity, the closeness of our community, the support of the local economy, the local artists here. Most of our galleries do feature local artists. We do reach out beyond into the world, and we respect everyone's work, but it's kind of like we're all leading that renaissance, that modern renaissance here in Chattanooga. And Nicole's part of that at Tangerinas with amazing things made from, you know, an old table you might discard, and then you take it and you create something beautiful out of it.
Thank you.
And some of the other things that you've put together, like you must go shopping at, like Restore for
Sometimes
Humanity.
We do. A lot of it is antique shops or salvage yards where we can go in and really find the things that aren't cleaned up, get our hands dirty, and we could be looking at gears and, I don't know, old bike chains and just weird stuff like that, to plumbing parts. Definitely have to have gloves and restrictions for those, but all that kind of stuff that people just throw away or get rid of, like, oh, we'll take it to the metal scrapyard. We get a lot of stuff from there too, and just make it into something new.
I think that's wonderful. Instead of, you know, building it up in a scrapyard or putting it into a dump yard, you know, you're using things and creating beautiful things for people's homes. And I've seen them myself. There's, you know, very unique things there. I find it fascinating. And as I've seen your shop, I can't imagine, like, storing all of that stuff.
We have a couple storage places now.
Yes, that's
and
a lot.
Little by little, the basement at the house, it's just a little bit of it.
Yeah, art seems to create its own chaos and its own need for storage and that sort of thing, because we're always creating and selling and creating. So it can be a real organizational challenge. So
sometimes you have to clean up the workshop just to clear your mind. But then sometimes you can't make anything if it's too clean. You have to get everything out to look at it.
I think a lot of artists could relate to that creative cyclone you get into when you're just creating, and you want those things right there. You know, you got everything out and you're not even thinking about, I'm just grabbing this and now I'm going to get that.
Oh, yeah.
And you know, you're into the creative flow when that's happening. So
lose track of time. And
yeah. Oh, dinner. I forgot. Sorry. So you have also a partner that you work with in your business.
Yeah. It's my aunt. And she always talks about how we've been doing art since I could hold a crayon. And she has some of our older pieces of art that we've created together, but she's always been a big part of my life, and now we create this together. Yeah,
that's amazing. So let's give these businesses a shout out that are participating in this North Shore Holiday Treasure Hunt. This is Nicole Griffin from Tangerinas downtown on the North Shore, and we're sharing about the North Shore Holiday Treasure Hunt, which is a huge gift basket of prizes and services that worth a value of $1,000. It's a fun-filled family gift basket, and it's only $1 to register when you fill out your card and you go downtown and you maybe go somewhere you've never been.
I think that's what's so neat about it. You find these little boutiques and stores that you haven't been to before. And if you go this weekend, this is actually the open house. So a lot of places are going to have sales and treats. And I know Massage Envy and European Wax, they both have services that they're offering too. And Plum Nelly, they have sales going on. So there's a ton of cool things this weekend too to start it off.
Well, let's go through the list. I'll read half, you read half.
Okay.
How's that? So participating businesses in this event that just sounds like a lot of fun. You know, get to know Chattanooga, explore, get out there. It's not Pokemon, but come on, there's $1,000 prize. This is for real. So
better than Pokeballs.
Yes. So Merch North Shore. Now I don't even know who that is yet. Now I have to find out.
Great clothing store.
Okay, a clothing store. Frankie and Julian's.
And here's a fun fact. This weekend, they're giving away a $200 gift card for the open house. You register this weekend. So that's another clothing store. Super awesome.
I'm sure there's extra things going on in each of these stores. Frankie and Julian's, do you know what that is?
There's another clothing store.
Mm-hmm. Okay, Olive Chattanooga. That's a wonderful little shop right next to Fraser Avenue near Walgreens down there that has all manner of olive oils and different spices and flavorings in them. It's really a neat place to visit.
To cook with their olive oil.
And then there's Tangerinas.
Great place.
Great place.
Great things.
Yes, I've heard wonderful things about that. In Town Gallery is a local gallery that's a co-op. It's been around for a long time. It's a beautiful gallery. Good dog.
And this weekend they have letters to Santa.
That's really good. And it's just a great place. So Blue Skies, that's next door to Ava, and that's kind of a shop, a gift shop.
Cards and beautiful jewelry.
And they have some local jewelry too. I've seen some stuff from like my friend who does Hippie Tree in there. Massage Envy on Fraser, free massage maybe 10 minutes.
They're doing some 2 minute chair massage. Yes.
Nice. So European Wax Center, and that's obviously what they do. River Street Deli.
Oh, yum! Right next to us, and they have delicious hair.
Wonderful hair a go. So
that's a good one. They're over at 2 North Shore, and so it's right over there by Whole Foods. And I know that they have specials and things going on, or maybe samples of different lotions, and you can try out different shampoos and things.
Sure. Revelator Coffee, and that's right on the corner of Market and Fraser. Great coffee shop. Backstreet Betty's.
They're new to Fraser. They moved from Market Street, and so now they're over on Fraser, right over there by Judy Darling.
Well, welcome Backstreet Betty's to the North Shore. Four Bridges Outfitters.
Awesome place right across from Public, and they have climbing material, all kinds of different outdoorsy stuff.
I think I'll just keep reading them. You know, Clear Spring Yoga. Don't know much about them yet?
Oh, no, they're great. Oh, I was doing yoga.
Okay.
I was trying.
We're just having a little moment of spiritual chanting here. It's all right. Okay. So Willa Collection.
Another awesome clothing store.
So you got a lot of boutiques down there, ladies. You know, we maybe think about, I want a sale, but I've realized as I've gone through the years, if I find that piece of clothing, it lasts you your whole life.
Quality. I definitely think quality and unique pieces are important.
We need to look hot. We need to feel pretty. We're girls. We like that. So Healthy Glow Studio. That sounds like a skincare.
Yes, they do skincare and they do spray tans and different things like that. It's all over health for your skin.
Yes. The Sandbox Children's Boutique.
Cute clothing.
Yes. Plum Nelly.
Fun. They have a lot of local stuff too. And they're going to have sales this weekend.
Reeve.
And they're right next to Backstreet Betty's and Plum Nelly. And I've gotten several dresses from there.
So another boutique. So we're going to have a boutique party here.
I know.
Rusted Buffalo, and that is also very near your shop. And this is a very cool shop that carries a lot of the Himalayan salt lamps. They make the baskets there. They know all about the best way to utilize cleaning your air through the salt lamps there. It's a great shop. Quality Tire Pros. So Embargo 62.
Delicious.
Yes. Clumpy's Ice Cream. Yum, yum.
Oh, they're doing ice cream flights this weekend, too. And
ice cream flights?
Yes. Doesn't that sound delicious? So you get to try different of their holiday ice creams, too. And they're having a special price for that this weekend.
Very nice. So it's almost like a wine tasting, only it's ice cream.
Yes.
Wow. Now you got my attention. Terra Nostra.
They'll have treats, and I think they're doing a wine tasting thing this weekend.
And Whole Foods. Everyone knows, Whole Foods right down there. Great store. And Sophie's shop.
They'll have treats too. I think they're doing cider.
Yeah. So anywhere you go, now this is kind of the kickoff weekend, but I assume these businesses are going to do all they can to interest all of us in visiting during this scavenger hunt, this holiday treasure hunt. So like I said, we have a gift basket here of $1,000 value that Nicole has brought for us to see, and it's absolutely lovely. So again, this is just a great thing. It's a lot of businesses coming together. It's going to help Chattanooga families, and it's arts-based, business-based, local-based movement. So that's what we see so much of. So what can you tell me? Like, how are things going on the North Shore? How has the summer been for the businesses?
There's so many events in Coolidge. I feel like every single weekend there's something going on. They had the food trucks this year. That was something neat that they tried out. And we all went out there and tried something new, something from a different food truck. And there were some from local, but then we also had people from Nashville that came, and they also had customers come from all over. So things like that bring people from all over to Chattanooga to visit. And then there's the dog competition. There's
like a AKC
some kind of
show
frisbee thing.
Oh, okay.
The dogs did tricks, and it was not like they parade.
Yeah,
the dogs do tricks and frisbee throwing, and that was kind of
yeah. The Coolidge Park is truly such a well-designed park.
Mm-hmm.
You can have so many people in that park, and you feel like there's only a few families. And of course, you can walk across to the South Shore and enjoy all of the arts, the sculpture garden, and everything over there, the Hunter, the aquarium. So there's just no end to exploring downtown Chattanooga.
Always find something new, pretty little pockets in Chattanooga. That's one thing I love about it. If you just go for a walk and slow down for a minute, or take your bike out and find the new bike trails, and I really like that kind of stuff too.
And all that adds, we've talked a lot about on the show about how art affects society affects art, all of that beauty, and also the camaraderie and the friendliness of the Chattanooga people. You get smiled at, you get said hello, you meet people, you pet their dogs, it's all you dance together because there's all these events outside, and it just kind of takes down some barriers. So
it really does. I think Chattanooga has some of the most friendly people.
Yeah, I've noticed that since I've been here. So I'm always getting smiles and, a lot of camaraderie going on. So, and there was the Southern Bend Yoga Festival. I saw you briefly down there at your shop, but I couldn't come over because I was at the festival at a booth. But all these things, we all connect and see each other and support one another. And I'm trying to think, I came into your shop at least 2 or 3 years ago for the first time. And you weren't there, but I met your staff and saw your work. So, this is what happens. You meet people, you start talking about a common interest, and it's spreading out into the community throughout all of us connecting and talking about it. And if you want to help the North Shore Neighborhood Association, have some fun.
Oh, yeah.
Go on this treasure hunt.
Bring your family, bring your friends, create a group together and do the treasure hunt. And then you don't just have to donate $1. You can donate more than that and make a lot of families happy.
Yeah, and it's the perfect weather right now, too. It's so gorgeous, and you're not going to be too hot. Just wear a little jacket, and you can literally walk. This is almost all within walking distance of each other. You could just easily do this. So,
and even if the businesses are closed, it's all in their front windows. So if you don't get off of work until, after 5 or something, you can still go do the treasure hunt because the windows all be lit up and have that special item hidden in the window.
It's really fun because it's a kickoff for the holidays that isn't focused on either Halloween, Thanksgiving, or Christmas. It's focused on the holiday treasures and, focused on really supporting families through these businesses coming together, and several of them being art businesses, but all of them wanting to give back to the community. So that's what I think is so amazing about Chattanooga. That's just in every aspect around the city. People giving back, people supporting other people. So, here we are sharing this because it's really worth going. So,
and this is one thing too, as it shows you when you do get together with other businesses as a collective, you can accomplish so many things. We've already donated $675 to the Northside Neighborhood House just from the application fee to get into the treasure.
That's wonderful.
I say application. Just the start donation to be involved with it.
Yes.
So already that's starting so much. And then we match whatever people donate. As a collective, we all split it up and match it.
So you're doubling your efforts when you're participating in this. How can people get a hold of this treasure hunt form that they can work with and fill out?
It's in all 27 of the businesses. So all the businesses that we read off earlier, they'll all have the cards. Or you can go on to the North Pole on the North Shore website and print it out.
North Pole on the North Shore web.com.
Yes. Yes.
So North Pole on the North Shore.com to support this movement to introduce more places in Chattanooga, more local businesses, and these businesses also reaching into the lives of people and helping them out. And Nicole from Tangerinas being one of them, and here willing to share her part in it, her heart in it, her heartbeat toward the city, and this lovely $1,000 gift that's going to be given away. This runs through January 2nd. Is there a date the gift will be given or drawn?
Sometime that week. After New Year's, things get a little crazy, but sometime in the week of January 2nd.
I'm thinking of doing this earlier than January. So, yeah. Thank you so much, Nicole, for joining us on Hot News Talk Radio, the Art Beat of Chattanooga, AM 1240. We're going to be back for a second segment of the show, talking about some other things about art. And just thank you, Nicole, and hope we see you back again soon. Go out and support the North Shore Holiday Treasure Hunt.
Don't punish your gun by leaving it in a corner. Shoot it, sell it, or just toss it. Okay. Don't toss it. Make money with it. Shooter Supply and Indoor Range, the hottest gun shop in town, finds buyers for your extra firearms. Put cash in your pocket today. Are ARs cluttering your closet? Rugers rusting in your rec room? Shooter's Supply and Indoor Range in Hickson will take your firearm and put it on consignment. To you, that means no money out of your pocket with a small fee when the gun sells. Larry at Shooters has got an online store. He's licensed to ship anywhere. It's as if Shooter Supply were giving your billfold cover fire. Get the biggest number of bucks from the smallest Derringer to the longest Barrett. Maximum price, shortest time. What a great deal. Shooters-range.com. Shooters-range.com. That's shooters-range.com. Check with Larry.
Wars come and go, but my soldiers stay eternal.
Now you can listen to Hot News Talk Radio anywhere, streaming live at Noogaradio.com. That's Noogaradio.com.
Hot News Talk 1240.
Tom, late again? What's going on with you?
I know. I'm sorry. It's my dog.
What do you mean?
Well, with the kids in school, me and my wife working, Baxter's become destructive. He's a little depressed. I'm walking and playing with him in the mornings, but it's just not working.
Know what I do? I take him to the Inn at Wolftever. It's boarding and grooming, but also doggy daycare. Dogs get to play together all day. It has large play yards, a swimming pool, play area indoors. You can even use your smartphone to peek in on them, like a webcam. Check out wolftever.com.
In the middle of our street. Hi, I'm Sabrina with Sabrina Realty Associates. Now is a great time to sell your home. In our area, inventory is at an all-time low, which translates into higher sales prices. Call us today at 423-499-7780 to set up a free consultation and discuss our unique and aggressive marketing programs. We will provide you with a free market analysis to determine the right value of your home. Call us today at 423-499-7780 or visit our website at SabrinaRealty.com.
Our house in the middle of our street.
Cash, 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 and more cash. Rick Davis has the cash when you sell gold, silver, diamonds, rings, and jewelry. Sell Rick your precious metals today and lock in your price. Hey, Rick Davis will trade your cash for shiny, brilliant, and heavy gold. Gold cheaper now by $100 an ounce. Join the Rick Davis Silver Bonanza too. Price is so low, the Lone Ranger is bound to gallop in, Kimosabe.
Hey-ho, silver, away!
The markets are changing, so buy now. Cash, 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 and more cash for your silver and gold, gold, gold. Rick Davis, 5301 Brainerd Road. That's 5301 Brainerd Road. Rick Davis Gold and Diamonds. Oh, and cash, cash, cash. You know where it is.
Hey-ho, silver, away!
You give us 12 minutes and 40 seconds, we'll give you Chattanooga and the world.
Hot News Talk 1240.
Hot 1240 Hot News Talk Radio with your Hot News Now update. The election results are in, and Greg Martin has defeated Joe Smith for a county commission in District 3. Wilkinson and Gardenhire had a tough battle in Hamilton County, but Cleveland was the deciding factor for Gardenhire, giving him the win. Scott Desjardins and Chuck Fleischman also winning their re-elections. In Saudi Daisy, incumbents Shipley and Adams winning the commission contest. On the presidential side, Donald Trump winning big in Hamilton County and Bradley County. Keep it tuned here for more election news. And 270 acres of woodland are still burning at Flipper Bend, Mowbray, and heavy smoke is causing air quality problems for Hamilton County, now advising that you stay inside in areas where you can smell smoke. Bulldozers are constructing fire breaks. So far, no structures have been damaged by these flames. A home in Ottawa on Tuesday caught on fire. The police call came in at 9:30 a.m. The home is a total loss. The Red Cross is assisting the family. You can make a child's Christmas wish come true by donating a toy for the Tennessee Baptist Children's Home. Stop by Chick-fil-A and check out the tree. If it's going on in the Tennessee Valley, it's going on Hot 1240 Hot News Talk Radio.
Expect lots of sunshine out there through your afternoon. Still a little hazy in a few areas. Highs, though, warming to around 70. Tonight, chilly again. Lows upper 30s to near 40. For Friday, mostly sunny. A few afternoon clouds. Highs near 70, turning breezy and cooler for the weekend. The halls are decked at Abba's House Bookstore and Cafe in Hickson. Get a meaningful gift and feel good that the proceeds go to missions. Come check us out in the front lobby of Abba's House and get discounts at abbashouse.com/coupon. And I'm Storm Machine 12 Chief Meteorologist Patrick Hoare.
On AM 1240, Hot News Talk Radio.
I'm blowing everything up. We're starting over. I'm doing a new show. I want guys who push it to the middle of the table and go over the top. Take a risk, fail miserably. I'm right, and I'm not wrong, and I'll never back down. Conflict works. Allow it.
It's The Herd with Colin Cowherd. Right here and everywhere. Noon Eastern.
You give us 12 minutes and 40 seconds, we'll give you Chattanooga and the world.
News Talk 1240.
Welcome back to the Arcade Chattanooga, Hot News Talk Radio, AM 1240. I'm your host, Jillian Collins, and I'm a local artist. You can see some of my work at VanguardArtistry.com. I paint with color, feeling, and emotion. Also imagery and some abstract work as well. But I've been painting my whole life, and now I'm talking about art with different people in Chattanooga. Some artists and some people like David Tulis who know a lot about art in the world.
Not really, but we're glad you, our listener, giving our show a little bit of your time with Jill Collins. I'm David Tulis. Well, Jill, what do you have a show up right now? I'm not current on your doings as artist.
Currently, I don't. I've been busy with my new job opening a new store as a manager, and we just opened this week, so I've been pretty slammed. And I also had David's pushing me around over here. I also had a kind of electrical fire in my apartment this week, so currently I am finishing up a show that I really have big hopes for, and just looking for the right place to submit it. So,
and these are paintings?
Yes, it's a series of paintings, and it's called Impressions, and they begin with the human body and paint.
Well, I think I admire any artist who would have a radio show, because the idea of your show is to change medium, right? You're not using brush and bristles with the oils or any kind of device to make a certain effect or texture on canvas or other the surface. You're presenting to the listener, hopefully, ideas about the work, the trade of the artist, but also sometimes you want the listener to see what your guest is producing. Like Nicole, what does she produce? How do you show that? And here you are using the medium of words to convey, hopefully, an idea so that the listener can have it in his mind, at least an approximation of what you're describing.
Yeah, and the mental part of art is a huge portion of it. There can be periods of time when an artist doesn't actually create physically for 2 or 3 months, but inside your head, you're constantly creating that next piece. You're learning technique, you're studying. So talking about it is kind of natural for artists, at least for myself. I can talk about art until I'm blue in the face. But
well, there are writers who would say, don't do that with me. I'm in production, I'm writing. I don't want to talk to you about where I am. I don't want to talk with you about my problems, because if I do, somehow I'm going to poison the well. I'm going to bring other currents and other influences in that sort of secure area where my work is taking place, sort of subterranean to me, and I really can't discuss it. Are you like that, or are you free to chat about your doings with your friends? And
mostly I'm pretty private about what my current work is. I'll share a little bit with somebody very close. And also sometimes when another person may interject an idea, I will get frustrated because I'm letting things process in my own creative way. So it can go both ways. Sometimes someone thinking what about this? That can be good. Other times I will be irritated. It's like, stay out of my work.
Are these suggestions for your work, Jill? Are they words that enter, and when they come out though as images, right? They come out as lines and colors and blocks.
Yes.
And textures.
Concepts. Right? And everything in my work
so you
is
can accept,
color.
You as the artist can accept a friend's suggestions, and which are words that you somehow will internalize and translate into form. But what about if your friend had something to show you that was visual? Would that interfere with that creative flow, the muse, if you will?
No, I think visual input is super important for my work and most artists' work. I mean, driving down Signal Mountain this morning, I was painting the entire time. How would I paint the sunlight coming through these trees? You see the dark trunks, and then you see this, fluttering yellow leaves, and I'm constantly breaking that down in my mind of how would I represent that with my artwork. So visual is everything for an artist.
Well, when you're thinking about your work, is it in visual terms, or is it simply in sense of, is it not visual? When you think about the work you're in the middle of, let's say, and you haven't finished it, when you contemplate it, are you seeing things, or is the imaginative process not visual in your mind?
Oh yeah, I'm seeing things. It's visual and it's emotional. Art is generally created with a purpose, with something you want to say. You want to represent what you're thinking or feeling in color and line, emotion, to evoke a response in the viewer, to feel or join you in that place, to create a union of them looking at the work and understanding it and being affected by it. So everything I paint comes from color and everything like that, but it's also motivated from things, experiences, pain, joy, that sort of thing.
And as the artist, you're not really worried about the viewer. And here's where I'm getting at. Let's say you paint something, Jill Collins, artist here in Chattanooga, and let's suppose that there are going to be 100 people in the next year who will look at this work. You never think about how they will misinterpret, misrepresent, missee, misidentify what you created. You don't worry about that. What you do, though, is you're thinking about the image and the concept, and you're doing everything you can to convey it, not worried that no one is going to actually feel and see and think and have emotional reaction as you have in creating, right? You know that there's a kind of a loss, right? Like you lose current as electrical current goes through the wire, it loses strength. You know there's going to be a loss in transmitting your work to the public. Those 100 people some will be pretty close to what you're suggesting, but the ones who are pretty close to what you're trying to show are only have 30%, and others have 1% or 2% of what you're actually conveying by way of emotion and idea.
Well, that's kind of the fun thing. The fun thing about that is I can say that at times it's surprised me that someone sees something I didn't intend or doesn't understand an interpretation of a piece, but that's across the board in any art form at all, dance, writing, anything, poetry, art, it's all the same. And the thing that really has impressed me is what people see in my work that I did not see. And they see something, it brings them to a further place or a different place than I would have seen it. And then it now becomes a part of my psyche and understanding as well.
And they have the problem in speaking about what they see, of translating what they see in your work that you hadn't intended to put there. They have the job of translating it into words to convey to you. So you're getting, if anything, a very vague idea of what they saw and felt when they looked at your work.
Yeah, and sometimes it's very specific too. And a lot of pieces that I consider nothing, and there's a painting I did, it's a fairy, and I just can't stand it. There's nothing that works about it to me, but for whatever reason, it's one piece that a lot of people respond to of mine, and I'm just kind of like, so it's all about the receiver with the art. You're right though, David, I don't create to please someone. I create the energy that comes through me. I at this point in my art career, I don't do many here's a very detailed representational photographic looking painting. I use a lot of color, motion, line, imagery, and that sort of thing.
And so there is an implied union with the viewer. So there's a kind of idealized viewer, someone who is not you, someone who's over there, someone other than you. And by your art, you're trying to connect with that person through the medium of the paint or the color or the line or the shadow or the image, some identifiable image or not. You want to convey, you want to meet that person at that point. And in a way, it's just imaginary, because no one, as I'm suggesting, no one will actually meet you at that point. Everyone is some distance away. And at the very best, your best viewer, the most intelligent, sympathetic viewer to Jill Collins' work, is getting just 20% of it. And the mob like me, I'm getting 2 or 3% of it. And you could say I'm not really connecting with Jill Collins through that work, but it doesn't matter in a way. It really doesn't matter that our viewer here or our listener here on a radio station doesn't connect, because there's still something you're conveying, something of beauty, something of life. You're conveying something that's maybe spiritual to that viewer.
All the above, happy, dark, spiritual, sensual, fun, whatever subject. I'm not afraid of it. And my current show that you were asking about, or it's not a show at this point, but it's a series, is, as I said, based on human imagery being placed upon the canvas, and its focus is heading toward supporting women with breast cancer. I want to establish a foundation where these women can have these paintings done of themselves prior or post surgery to feel beautiful, to mark that in their life. And if it's something that would be therapeutic for them, that's what I desire. So that this show that's current is what I'm kind of practicing for the hope of that dream, where I can reach into women's lives with breast cancer and have this whole method to help them have a beautiful image that they relate to spiritually, the pain they went through, and the strength that they have moving forward after facing this sort of cancer.
Well, are you somehow, in putting art at the service of this cause, are you somehow debasing the high ideal of art, Jill Collins?
I don't think so at all. I mean, it's for one thing, the paintings are beautiful. They vary from very detailed to very simple. And when I do a painting with a person, this connection that you have with that person is beautiful. And I don't feel it's debasing it at all, because it's a dream that I have. It's a desire that I just came up with. And I've been working on it for about 3 years. And it's turned into a really major series, a very spiritual series. And like I said, it's a dream right now. Life is busy. We have a lot of dreams. But, the first time that I actually have a breast cancer survivor to work with, instead of my models who I've used, is I'm literally going to be weeping. And I don't really know why it's that strong in me. But I feel like if there's that much emotion and love behind an art project, that I am certainly trying to rise to the highest level it can offer.
Are there artists in Chattanooga, Jill, who destroy bodies of past work? And maybe you can explain to my listener why artists here in Chattanooga and elsewhere sometimes get into a rage about some past work that they think somehow, now where they are in their lives, is not authentic. Doesn't convey what I think is really true. Are there artists who do that? And can you identify any of these people, or fallings out that they've had with themselves, as it were, on past bodies of work?
I know from being told by some artists that they do reach that stage, but it seems the majority, even myself, who has way too much art, a whole cabinet full of sketches and paintings, a lot of paintings, some of which I do not really care for, somehow to destroy it causes, a part of my soul where it's like I would be destroying a photograph of a part of my life, because I've grown into something different at this point, or evolved in my life. I don't have to destroy the past. That was the building blocks to get you to that artist place you're at now. Those were you were learning. And it's important. If you look at the masters, you look at their sketchbooks, you see things that they weren't happy with, partially finished things they did 6 or 7 times trying to get where they wanted. If we destroy those things, we destroy the history of our journey as an artist.
Well, aren't some artists, though, very temperamental, Jill?
Well, some are, yes. And I have I have actually placed art in the trash in a rage myself. It was rescued by a friend of mine, and I'm missing a painting. No idea where that is. That's annoying, because
that was just lost in a move, though.
I don't know. It's just vanished for now. But, artists definitely get angry. And honestly, in my earlier life, I had a spouse destroy a piece in rage of mine. So, I was thinking about this. The Signal Mountain fires are going on. They're evacuating people. I have artwork on Signal Mountain right now. And I'm thinking about these artists, homeowners, not just art, but anything you have. What do? You're being evacuated. You have a house full of original art or whatever else you value. But I had a fire in my apartment this weekend. And other than my personal safety, I can tell you, it was like my art cannot burn up. It would be a complete devastation for me. And I just thinking about this with the fires and how that's all going on, how, these people are trying to decide what can I get out of here? They have to leave for their own safety. And as an artist, that hit me really hard. Like, boy, I would probably pack up my art before my clothes.
Right. And that is just a point in the news. The residents of Little Bend Road at the facing the Flipper Bend brush fire have been asked to leave. And it's funny you mentioned that. And I have here my notes. On the back of my notes is the press release given and posted on Facebook for people who are leaving behind their goods and told don't come back for the time being. Though I don't think there's any urgency right now about facing their houses. But okay, well, don't want to.
Part of the reason they don't want them back is because the air particulates are actually causing lung problems, and it's actually becoming dangerous as far as breathing. So.
Well, let me ask you, Jill, a question about authenticity. Lionel Trilling back in the 50s had an essay about authenticity, and I remember having read that, and it's an idea that has stuck in my mind of the authentic artist and the artist that is inauthentic. Somehow he's counterfeit. He has like a gold plating on something, but inside it's not as rich or as good and as valuable as it looks on the outside. And somehow it could be that the artist with a commercial interest, the artist who does too much marketing, who has too many connections, has too many dealings with dealers or museum operators, he forgets somehow something essential about his work. He's become, because he has a business interest, he has to make a living selling, he loses authenticity. Is that something that artists here in Chattanooga have faced, and if so, how have they overcome that problem of being inauthentic in their work?
Well, it's certainly something faced when you're acting professionally as to supply your income for a living. Is it selling out? I don't think so, because as long as that is still being utilized in the community and art is needed in all of our society, advertising, everything else, I suspect that most of the people I know who say they're a graphic designer, they still off on the side have their other art that they do, whatever it may be, sculpture, painting, drawing, music, dance. It's just like, I have a job that I love and I'm good at, but my real heartbeat is the art. And if I could be paid to do it full time, I absolutely would. Am I selling out because I'm not doing it full time? No, because as soon as everybody else gets on board and realizes how amazing my work is, I'll be able to do it full time.
This is the voice of a confident artist.
Well, yeah, you can go into a gallery and see other people's work and come out of there feeling like a kindergartner as an artist, but you can't compare yourself to others as an artist. You just have to accept your work for what it is and spiritually let it out of you, use the techniques, share it in the community, and go from there.
Well, I had a quick chat with Kara McGowan at Hunter Art Museum, and she says that the Spectrum event tonight is open. It is an event that is from the 10th and the 12th. The event tonight is at 9, and the one on the 12th I'm sorry, excuse me, I got the time wrong. The event tonight is at 6, from 6 to 9 p.m., and the one on the 12th, which I don't have the calendar here in front of me, but that would be, today's Thursday, would that be Saturday, is also at 6, and it's Spectrum. The event is Spectrum 2016, and you, my listener, Jill's listener, are invited to attend. It's an arts gala here in Chattanooga at the Hunter Museum. It's the largest and most important fundraiser of the year. And what you do is you arrive, you enjoy festivities, conversation. The glorious people of Chattanooga will be there, those with high taste and high ideas, no doubt. And then you bid on favorite items at an auction. So you end up getting something for your wall or a table there with a little naked doily that needs something on top of it. And then we're told here that you enjoy a black tie dinner, and then after that, with the best food here in Chattanooga, live auction festivities under a grand tent on the beautiful River Terrace Saturday evening. So that there are 2 days of this event. Apparently, she said one is tonight, and then the other would be Saturday. That's right. Today's Thursday, so that's today. So do find out more about that. Just Google Hunter Museum and find out more about what's going on here in Chattanooga tonight and Saturday.
And generally, anything to do with the Hunter Museum is, if you're a member like myself, you're going to get a discount. You're going to have the ability to go there at a discounted price. So check it out. And like David said, it's the most important fundraising event of the year. Does it say what they're raising the money for here? Is it just Chattanooga Arts, or do we have a specific?
Well, we're going to have to let the listener go and find out himself how these donated dollars are being spent for the benefit of the arts here in Chattanooga. Improving our culture, enhancing our way of looking at things. Art, after all, teaches the eye how to see.
Yeah. I mean, that's why children start drawing so young. They're They're trying to interpret what they see in this world visually.
And if you don't have art, you don't know what you're looking at. You don't know how to look. That's I would suggest is a great virtue of art upon the human organism.
And the interesting thing is, at the Art Gallery, there's blind and deaf artists. And, for me, art means, yes, the visual arts, but also music, dance, belly dance, so many forms of art, that poetry, improv, comedy. So, if you're out there and you're a listener, feel free to contact us at Hot News Talk Radio on our Facebook. Send a message to me, and I'd be happy to, speak with you about potentially coming on the show and sharing what you have going on in Chattanooga. Every one of you are important, that are here in Chattanooga, reaching beyond. I'd like to follow back up with the visiting artist that was on. That event happened. I couldn't go. I had to work. But we have a lot of people in this community, artists in this community, who are actively creating from their heart and then reaching out as businessmen and women, entrepreneurs, to connect further than Chattanooga, and especially to put themselves back, put the proceeds, the fundraiser efforts back into Chattanooga. So that's something I'm especially interested in. If you got something like that going on, I'd love to talk to you about it. So try and get out to the Hunter tonight and the scavenger hunt for the beautiful $1,000 prize that we talked about in the first half. The North Shore Treasure Hunt, Holiday North Shore Treasure Hunt. So that's a lot of fun. Thank you, David, for joining me today, and always a pleasure. Thank you for joining us on Hot News Talk Radio, the heartbeat of Chattanooga, Jillian Collins, and I love you guys. See you next week.
You give us 12 minutes and 40 seconds, we'll give you Chattanooga and the world.
News Talk 1240.